everybody, welcome to another Q&A Wednesday here on Jessica Smith TV. This week's great question comes from YouTube subscriber Nancy, and she wrote and asked me this. I noticed that my breathing is almost always backwards, especially on yoga and Pilates workouts. Are there any rules of thumb to follow for breathing, or does it matter? I do find that I need those reminders because I often unconsciously hold my breath on harder exercises. Nancy, this is such a great question. Thanks so much for asking it. So my short answer to your question is there any wrong way to breathe? Not really. Is there a different way that you can breathe to help you get more out of specific movements? Absolutely. So let's break this down. You mentioned Pilates workouts. So for example, you might notice in a Pilates exercise, let's say you're laying down on the floor with your legs extended towards the ceiling, we might ask you to inhale as you lower your legs towards the floor and to exhale to raise them back in. Now the reason behind this is on the exhalation, you might find that you're able to get a deeper contraction from your abdominals. Does that mean that your abs are not going to be contracted as your legs lower? No, but that exhalation can really help you get deeper into those core muscles and draw your belly button in further to your spine. So one general rule of thumb that I might suggest to you is to think about exhaling on the hardest part of an exercise. And that's going to change again with the different types of workouts that you're doing. And if you're doing it with an instructor or a trainer, part of our job is just to remind you when it's a great idea to inhale and to exhale, like in that Pilates exercise. And if you're doing yoga workouts, for example, you also mentioned that, there's a very specific form of yogic breathing that you might find that you're getting a little bit into if yoga is part of your journey. So there's a very different methodology behind yogic breathing. It's meant to move your energy, some of it is meant to be meditative, and again, it's also there to help you get the most out of your poses and postures. So you might learn a little bit more about that if yoga is something that you're interested in. And then, for example, when it comes to weight training, we want to make sure that you are breathing properly so that you don't, like you said, unconsciously start to hold your breath during a movement. That's why we're here to remind you to inhale and exhale properly. We not only want to keep you safe, we want to keep you conscious, but we also want to help you get the most out of every exercise that you're doing. So listen for those cues as we go through, but remember, most importantly, just breathe. There's no wrong way to breathe. We're just here to help you get a little bit more out of the breath and the movements that you're doing. Nancy, I hope that helped answer your question. Thanks so much for writing in and asking it. And to all of you out there, if you have a question for me that I can answer for you in an upcoming Q&A Wednesday, please be sure to leave it for me in the comments below. Thanks as always, guys, for tuning in. Remember to like and share your favorite videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another Q&A Wednesday.